Oh, hi. I'm a smart investor. I dare say that because I understand the cryptocurrency markets and I am up to date on every new development, fintech and blockchain ecosystem. All because I watch the Inside Blockchain show on Crypto TV Plus. Every Monday morning, Crypto TV Plus brings you news headlines of top stories, interview with an expert, and give you detailed market analysis to enable you make the right business moves. Now you too can become a smart investor if you don't miss it. The Inside Blockchain Show, only on Crypto TV Plus.
Are you there? It's your boy. No, sorry, it's your daddy, Mr. Macaroni. Keep watching Crypto TV Plus if you want to be doing well, especially. You get me now? Alright, you're doing well.
Every part of the world is going digital, so is the financial system. Hello and welcome to the program. This is Inside Blockchain Live on Crypto TV Plus. My name is Faith Ekwari. It's another Monday morning. If you're watching from Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube and this is your first time on the show, follow us on all our social media and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification button. Now, blockchain technology has brought in new ways of monitoring and recording transactions. Both individuals and government parastatals alike are looking for ways to either upgrade or condemn the move. Now, today, one of the upgrades we have seen in Nigeria is the Enaira, which is a central bank digital currency issued and regulated by the Central Bank of Nigeria to serve as a medium of exchange in offering better payment services. Now, according to the Enaira website, this digital currency is supposed to foster economic growth, provide a secure and cheaper remittance option, provide traceability to illicit and fraudulent transactions, and so many other benefits. Now, so many questions arises. Is the Enaira on the blockchain? Is the Enaira a cryptocurrency? What is the difference between the Enaira and the fiat currency that can be transferred through traditional bank apps? Has the Enaira been meeting up to its reputation? Does it provide a certain level of transparency and decentralization that the blockchain technology gives? What are some of the challenges the Enaira is facing? This and more we'll be discussing on today's episode of the Inside Blockchain Show. You sure want to stick around for it. Now let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be getting into the conversation. We'll be right back.
The National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, under the Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy in partnership with Dominion Blockchain Solutions, a leading distributed ledger technology company in Africa, hosted a one-day National Digital Economy Awareness event tagged Blockchain Day, which happened on the 26th of October during the annual Digital Nigeria International Conference and Exhibition happening from the 25th to the 27th of October 2022, with its target audience of over 2,000 blockchain enthusiasts in Abuja. The event brainstormed on contemporary issues of relevance across the globe to address Nigerian challenges for sustainable socio-economic development. Present at the Blockchain Day Summit were certain dignitaries in the blockchain space and the Nigerian digital economy as a whole. Mr. Kashifu Enaira, Director General NITDA, gave the opening remarks at the Blockchain Summit. Mr. Ibrahim Jega, founder Dominion Blockchain, welcomed guests and speakers to the event and also spoke about the vision of Dominion.
From transition of traditional data to blockchain data, it's really going to move fast. That is the vision of Dominion. We want to see how governments and businesses transition from traditional data into blockchain data.
The first keynote speaker being Ray Sharma, the general partner of Pastor Ventures, speaking on blockchain for digital transformation. Lead of BSB Blockchain Ahmed Yusuf, speaking on blockchain for smart cities. Speaking at the summit as well is the CEO of Paxful, Ray Yusuf, who spoke about blockchain as a youth empowerment.
We're all playing with Bitcoin, funny money, playing games, pumping and dumping. It is the youth of Nigeria that have found a way to use Bitcoin and blockchain to change their lives and, most importantly, make money. Yes, that's what this is all about.
Lauren Gamarov, founder and CEO of CentB, spoke on blockchain payments and remitter in Africa. James Sinceris, who spoke about blockchain for education, social and financial inclusion for Nigerian youth.
Then in the future, we can give teachers a wallet that was really requested here in Nigeria. We'll be able to reward them for the extra effort they take on supporting students after school and after school for teenagers.
The CEO of Blockchain for All, Jimmy Ngoyen, was also a guest speaker at the summit, and he spoke on the topic, One World Connected with Blockchain. A young prodigy, Arisin Rotol, the founder of techbras.com, also gave a presentation on his metaverse project at the summit. The very first panel session was based off the topic, the impact of blockchain on digital economy, the myth, the truth, and the opportunities. The moderator of this session was Faith Titus Okaforumba, founder CEO at Sonergy, with the lead speaker of the session being Dr. Usman Gambo Abdullahi, the Director IT Infrastructure Solutions for nitda. Other panelists include Ray Yusuf, founder CEO of Paxful, Dr. Ibrahim Dauda, BVG Consult, and James Sinceris, founder and CEO of the Possibility Company. The second panel session was with the topic Privatizing Blockchain Technology, the Implication for Digital Asset Innovation. This panel session was moderated by Senator Nhayem, president of CBAN. Saminu Salisu, founder at Bilik.io, was the lead speaker of this panel session with other panelists including Jennifer Chizwa, CEO Startpreneur, Salisu Uba, founder NatQuest Limited, Lauren Gamarov, CEO CentB. The CEO of Crypto TV Plus, Tony Emeka, moderated the final panel session titled The Blockchain for FinTech Revolution, a case study of Enaira. Other members of this particular panel session includes the lead speaker, Oluwafemi Balogun, CEO of Pay Advantage, Franklin Peters, CEO Boundless Pay, Jeffrey Williams Edem, FinTech business expert, and Bello Kano, founder of Bello Kano.
How to make money from NFTs. Take a picture, upload that picture on OpenSea, set a price, let's say 100 Ether, and now you wait. And then you wait, My NFT just got sold. Do you want to know everything about NFTs? Join the buzz at NFTNG.
Don't get stuck in the past. Get all the latest news and happenings on blockchain and cryptocurrency only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the Bull of the Bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that. Peace.
Welcome back, everyone tuning in from around the world. This is Inside Blockchain. My name is Faith Ekwari. Today we'll be discussing the impact of the Enaira in the Nigeria economy. Now, at the just concluded Digital Nigeria International Conference, we got to discuss with a substantial amount of industry experts and intellectual individuals who are forward thinkers towards the Enaira use cases, challenges, and future. Now, before we get into the Enaira conversation, the Digital Nigeria International Conference was one of the most talked about events in the tech space. There was even a day set aside for blockchain technology. Okay, so let's hear from some of the prominent speakers what they think about the conference and the impact of the blockchain technology in Nigeria and in Africa. Now, this is what Jeffrey Williams, Lauren Gamarov, Bello Kano, Olumoyiwa David Dada, Bemi Akande, Adedeji Owunibi had to say.
Well, it's been an interesting couple of days here from all sorts of people presenting beautiful, innovative technology to promoting blockchain in Nigeria. We really do need blockchain in Nigeria. There's so many applications. You've got health, transport, retail, manufacturing, agriculture, distribution. I mean, blockchain technology can really revolutionize how we do business in Nigeria if properly implemented. Every time people talk about blockchain, it's always about cryptocurrency. There's a lot more that you can do with that technology beyond just the currency part of it.
Well, it feels great to be here at this blockchain event. There's so many different people that are really interesting and doing all sorts of interesting things. I'm specifically interested in being in Nigeria because a lot of our users are in Nigeria. And we've just announced as well that we're going to be launching a whole lot of features inside CentB, where Nigerians can easily pay for mobile data and electricity and shop at other locations around the country. So, and also, of course, most importantly, be able to do what's called cross-border remittance, and that allows people to send money easily from places like the UK or America and deposit it directly into Nigerian bank accounts or mobile money accounts or even cash collections.
Well, the good thing about it, we have to commend the federal government of Nigeria for especially accepting the blockchain itself and the technology. And they are the first set of government to introduce the cbdc, that's central bank digital currency, meaning Nigeria is at the forefront when it comes to digital technology, when it comes to digital currency. Nigeria has tried to position itself globally when it comes to blockchain. This has come to elevate and come to introduce something that we have been going through. Nigerians are always in the financial problem. Nigeria, with your money, you go to the bank, you want to make withdrawal. In fact, you are going to be disappointed with the whole banking system, with the whole system itself. But with this innovation, I'm telling you, you have to just be free. Money has come to be this. You are not going to have problem with your money anywhere you want your money to go. Not only in Nigeria, it can go anywhere, because anywhere you can have the speed wallet, you can download the Enaira wallet and also transact without the need of calling customer care service or what. Now it's peer to peer. I can transfer my money to you and you confirm it instantly and we exchange value. That's how it works.
It's been an amazing experience for the last 2 days that it started. The amount of content and knowledge being disseminated is incredible. The organizers have done a good job in bringing the thought leaders within the blockchain space, within the AI space, within the emerging technology space in general to this conference, and they've been able to educate the population about the different trends happening in the market and how everyone can take advantage of it.
Well, the Digital Nigeria Conference 2022 has been a very fantastic one. The organization has been world class. I like the fact that we're able to host something of this magnitude and pull it off successfully. Also bringing up international speakers, well-known speakers in the tech space, in the blockchain space. Today being the blockchain day, I think it's a wonderful feeling. Seeing the people you've been Googling, you've been watching their video on YouTube, having to interact with them one-on-one, it's such a very fantastic experience.
I think the conference is a very memorable conference in my view. I think for once we can now say kudos to the government. Before now, they are not gathering people like that. They brought a whole lot of people, even though there's a mix from feelers, from people that participated. Well, yes, by and large, there's a whole lot of people that have attended. We have different degrees, different solutions. And for the first time, local speakers were there to speak. I was there on a panel. Several people that I know, young people, were given that platform to actually speak for the first time. So by and large, I think we're moving slowly. We're not there yet, but I think I would say kudos to nitda, also kudos to Dominion Blockchain for them bulldozing a particular full day for blockchain, and I think that is unprecedented, and I think is a great job well done and very commendable.
Now, the Enaira conversation caused a little bit of a ruckus at the event. We asked what the Enaira is all about and what some of the use cases of the Enaira is to the economy. This is what Jeffrey Williams, Lauren Gamarov, Belukano, Adedeji Owonibi, and Bemi Akonde had to say.
Enaira is an important part of the ledger that is acceptable here in Nigeria. It's like a proper currency that would be accepted by the government, by any bank, by any institution for trade and transactions. But I feel that to improve the adoption of Enaira, we need to apply it in the right perspective or the right context. Everybody's trying to look at the bank for adoption, but the government also has a lot of transactions at grassroots level with the people. So for instance, Npower is a constant distribution in Nigeria, and there are hundreds of thousands of people who receive money from the government. If the government says the money that comes from us will be Enaira, will people not get Enaira sorted? That would be useful. There are lots of local government levies being paid at local markets today for shops. If the only way you could pay that is Enaira, would that not be acceptable? Yes. And there are other places like social services. There are the train stations, the local transport system. All of this can adopt Enaira if only this is implemented within the context. Every time we talk about Enaira, there's always this big dependence on the financial institutions. There's always the customers of the bank. No, the government has a part to play, because when they built all of this and put all of this together, the financial institution came in at a later part of that conversation. So I'm assuming that there are structures around how they wanted to implement it and how important the implementation was to them at the point when they were putting this together. So I feel that that can really work if they put that at that grassroots level. Otherwise, it may not work as we want it to be.
Yes, so now having a currency like Bitcoin doesn't mean that governments have to adopt it or that merchants have to accept it, because at the end of the day, the Bitcoin network is a platform, and that means that if the Nigerian government wanted to issue an Enaira on a scalable, low-cost platform, one that is robust and resilient, then they should be considering issuing the Enaira on the BSV blockchain. Now, what's the BSV blockchain? Well, that really is just the original Bitcoin protocol, and protocol just means the design of Bitcoin. So what the inventor of Bitcoin did, Satoshi Nakamoto, he created a payment protocol called Bitcoin, and that can be leveraged very easily by businesses and government as the blockchain that can support all these new ideas that people are coming up with. So my recommendation to the Nigerian government is to, if they're considering blockchain-based currencies and issuing their central bank digital currencies or their Enaira, look at the BSV blockchain, because frankly it's the only one that can scale to enormous numbers of people. It's very low cost and has really proven itself to be robust and something that I believe is going to be the only blockchain that covers all the world's use cases.
I believe digital currencies as a whole kind of removes the barriers for financial inclusion in general. Like all you need to have right now is a smartphone or even any kind of phone that has some kind of internet connectivity. And the Enaira is a way, is basically a point in which the unbanked can begin to leverage financial resources, can begin to get to participate in different products in the financial sector. So outside of even the blockchain basis of it, I believe CBDCs like the Enaira have done a good job in providing that access to the bigger population, and then from there, people can now evolve into other cryptocurrencies. So I think it's a starting point for the massive population, and it's also the next point of entry would then be other cryptocurrencies that can then be adopted, and people can keep it in their wallets and things like that. So it's a starting point. It's good for the population. It addresses the problem of the unbanked, and it's actually quite impactful from a national development standpoint.
Yeah, so a lot of people ask me, what's the use for this Enaira? After all, my bank app could do X, could do Y, and all that. And I say this is just a natural evolution of money. Money have, metamorphosed from being salt to cowrie to paper to gold to whatever. So this is just a natural move. Now money is digital, and everybody have to be part of this. The central bank have to be part of it, and of course, the central bank should be in the forefront of innovation, especially when the money is changing what it used to be. And so that's why the Enaira thing for me is a welcome thing for the Central Bank of Nigeria. And again, I'm so happy that we are starting and we are championing it as pioneers within the African sub-region. Of course, very few countries have implemented Food One. I think yesterday I was looking at the statistics. Very few countries, among other ones, are still exploring, but we have done the full deployment and full launch. Then, is it perfect yet? Maybe not a whole lot. As early as yesterday, I still make some observations. But for us, you see, we have two different views to it. And we're looking at it differently. The central bank is very conservative, and they're looking at it from the risk-averse kind of point, and they don't want to push something that will bring a serious contagion effect on the financial system of that country. So maybe that's why they're taking it slow by slow, and we are faster, in my view. We wanted that wallet to be able to do a whole lot of things. Like if you take, for example, the merchant wallet, because you have to attach an account to when you're onboarding. So for a customer, if you take Dangote, for example, they will have hundreds of accounts where they operate from. So, and I don't know if you can have a sub to that, but what I saw is that the account you attach to it has to be the account you operate from, right? Whether it's going to be beneficial for commercial bank is another one, because what I was proposing is that you should be able to switch from other of your bank and use the Enaira as you wish. But the banks are like, oh, it means I'm not in control of my deposit and my vault. Because if Dangote moves billion from one bank to another, it may affect them and all that. But of course, that's what I think we give that flexibility. But for now, it's not. the account you attach to it, you can only operate from that account. So the use case for commercial businesses, in my view, is a bit limited for now. Maybe they are looking into that one. And the same for even our own personal wallet, because I have both. And the personal wallet too, when opening it, I attach one particular bank account where I don't even have anything in it, so I can use it. And the banks I operate now, different. So it means you have to move money from bank A to that bank that's attached before you put it there, and it's not convenient. And what central bank is selling is convenience. But aside those issues, which I believe is tipping points, they're just doing that and collecting information and looking at the data as they roll by. And I think it's going to be perfect. But the beautiful thing is that reaching palliatives, like the days of COVID and all that, the central bank, through that Enaira wallet, could run central bank conditional and unconditional cash transfers directly, to citizens. So because it's programmable money, it could do much more, issues like that. And they could keep tab on what happens within a particular economy. Because, of course, management of money in circulation and some other things are what are fundamental duty of the central bank. And for me, the Enaira wallet, we help them do that. So both of us, I think what we'll do now is to support them. I've downloaded it and I've shared it in my community. Download the Enaira wallet, and it's going to be the natural point where all of us are going to, especially come January, when the new Naira note will be in circulation and the old one will stop. It will be an aggregation into moving into digital economy fully. And of course, what will be operational will be the Enaira wallet. And so we have to live with it. We know this is the next natural move. All of us will download it, we'll learn it, we'll move with the tipping point, we'll make recommendations, we do all that one, then we get there together with this.
Now moving forward, moving to the adoption of the Enaira, blockchain technology and digital currencies, we asked why the adoption process had been slow in Nigeria. And this is what Olumuyiwa Dada and Jeffrey Williams had to say about it.
I think most the young people are afraid of what they read and hear about what is happening in China with respect to their e-currency, where the government can monitor your spending, they can control your spending, they can withhold your money and all that. However, I'm not too sure if all that is true, but the fact that the government can have access and control through Enaira over your financial life, I think it's a bit discomforting. And therefore, there's still a lot of work to be done in that regard to let people know that, look, Enaira is not going to give control to the government if it will not. And let people know that it is in our collective interest to use the Enaira, if indeed it is in our collective interest. So quite a number of things to be done with reception. With regards to Enaira adoption, especially among the youths, who I believe are the targeted audience for this. So a lot of work needs to be done around the area of trust, which is what blockchain is really all about. And also saying that it's a store of value and ability to dispense it at will. Government need to really drive that down. The fact that you own or have Enaira doesn't mean all your funds are in Enaira. You can have a portion of it that you need to use in Enaira and then be able to use it in whatever platform or whatever way you want to use it, whereas your fiat currency is still there. So these are some of the enlightenment that the government would need to embark upon to let people know that it's safe, it's not going to give control to the government, and people can use it in a better way online.
If you look at, I'll talk from a fintech point of view because that's where my extended experience is. If you look at the pillars that powers the fintech industry, you talk about things like identity, authentication, authorization, accountability. These are things that are the pillars of the fintech technology, where people want to know who you are from an identity point of view. If you are the owner of the has the transaction gone to the right person? Do I have the right authorization to be in that transaction flow and all of that? Now, blockchain can also solve problems along those lines by being part of that technology that provides transparency to that flow of transaction, by providing security to that transaction, by ensuring that there are not replication of transactions for a singular trade, which is a major part, and also ensuring that the right people are configured to get the value that they are required to get. Now, if you extend that to other parts of Nigeria and Africa, I was just having a conversation during lunch now with a few of the people that was on the panel as well, and also had things to say. One of the things that they talked about on that table was, if we built blockchain in the context of Africa and Nigeria, we'll get better adoption. So let's take one major part in Nigeria is social services. We have agriculture, right? We have transportation. We have education, we have health. You walk into a place, you can have multiple medical records. If with blockchain technology, you need one record, and no matter where you go to, the record is valid and will be trusted. And transparent for everyone to see. And do we have health systems and structure here in Africa? We do. We have a vast network of health, but data seems to be the major problem. And with blockchain technology, data and the application of data across these sectors I've mentioned becomes more transparent, more trusted, and people would want to do business with such things.
Now let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll be talking about the challenges that the Enaira is facing in terms of usability and scalability. And we'll also be checking out the panel session that went down at the Digital Nigerian Conference that was titled Blockchain for FinTech Revolution, with a case study of the Enaira, which was spearheaded by the CEO of Crypto TV Plus, Mr. Tony Emeka. We'll be right back.
May I invite Nwa Bishop Tony Emeka to please come on stage. When I was coming here, someone asked me, how is blockchain technology powering the fintech revolution in Nigeria?
So customer can register for Enaira from the comfort of the mobile phone. Customer can pay for services, and thereby I can drive financial inclusion.
Is Enaira on blockchain?
It is powered by a blockchain. Therefore, Enaira is Naira 3.0.
What are the difference between that particular one they said Enaira and the one we already have before? You know, because it's still, I can still send it to you, the same value, the same number. So why is Enaira different?
It's the same amount of money. One is physical and one is digital. The same value, it's legally acceptable in Nigeria.
A research came up 2 days ago saying the adoption from Bloomberg, saying the adoption of Enaira is 0.5%. So do you think the awareness of Enaira, do you think the CBN is doing enough to create more awareness on Enaira?
If the CBN played their game well by finding a way to collaborate with the informal sector who are doing a lot of things in this space, the adoption would have been like wildfire, right?
In fact, the banks are not ready to use the Enaira. I'm advising the CBN, if they truly want that adoption of the Enaira, should instruct the bank or revoke their license.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for our panelists, please.
I missed out on NFTs from the days of Beeple. But I'm not missing out again. NFTNG sets to unlock the future of NFTs on the 11th of November. Join the Web3 buzz.
Don't get stuck in the past. Get all the latest news and happenings on blockchain and cryptocurrency only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chike and I'm the Bo of the Bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that. Peace.
Welcome back, everyone tuning in from around the world. This is Inside Blockchain. We had such, a very, very amazing time. It was really exciting watching that, that entire conversation about the Enaira. And we're still on the Enaira topic, and we're still talking about it. Now, we're looking towards the challenges, the Enaira is facing in terms of usability and scalability. And this is what Adedeji Owonibi had to say, because he said a lot about it. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Oh, so when you say scalable, you're looking at maybe additional users on it and all that. So that has not been tested. We're still, I think I argued that when we had this, there's a meeting we had last year, I can't remember that, but we have different bank executives and of course the central bank itself were there, Bank of International Settlement, and it has to do with all this discussion. And my fear then was the Enaira thing has not been, maybe the throughput and all this scalability have not been stretched. And of course, the guys that built it in within the Southern America, and of course, those whole areas within the Caribbean, the whole union of, I think about 14 countries or thereabout, all their population put together is around the population of Mushin. And so those are the people that have rolled it out. So if we're using that by bits, if we're using that tech, I don't know the tech stack, but maybe, of course, understanding that we have over 200 million people, they will have factored that in. Of course, the Hyperledger fabric that was used and is an enterprise private kind of blockchain. So a whole lot of tweaking can happen to it. All those issues, Hyperledger, Bezos, and all those issues. We're also playing with it in the hub here with our blockchain developers. So it has ability to be scalable to some extent, but I think some of our developers also believe the scalability can be questioned. But of course, let's see how it goes. But for now, we cannot just be saying it's not going to scale. I believe they understand this whole thing with their IT department, understanding that they have a whole lot of experienced blockchain devs within the central bank, and they have access to pool of experts. So I believe they will be able to surmount that to be fine. Yeah.
So we moved on to finding out what the difference is between Enaira and the fiat currency we have in our traditional bank apps, and this is what Bello Kanu had to say.
Okay, if you asked me what is the difference between the Naira and the Enaira, I know you are also practically have experience in one way or the other the difficulty in the transaction between you and any of your customer or any of the person you are buying product from. You transfer the money, you have to wait for like 5 to 10 minutes, and they will even tell you that the transaction, in fact, the money will leave your own bank account, but it is going to take forever for the money to get into your account. That is nonsense. We are now in the 21st century. Money has to move with a speed of light. I have to just transfer this money and you get the value instantly into your account. That is what Enaira is all about. That money is not going to be in the custody of any bank for it to be verified with either NIBS or eTransact or whoever. No, that money is leaving your own Insta wallet directly from my pocket. Now I can give you money and you accept it. Payment should be made as simple as possible, as simple as easy thing. Enaira has come to revolutionize the way Naira, the fake Naira, the olden days Naira has been operating. Enaira has come to revolutionize. I don't need to even go to the bank and open bank account. You just download it. All I can go to the bank to is only to go there and create an account. Or to go there and create a BVN. With your BVN or NIN, you'll be able to have the speed wallet. That one has no transaction limit. I can have my 10 billion Naira in my own account. Nobody will ask me. I can transfer it to you. And I cannot be charged. If you go to the bank now, you want to transfer 10 billion Naira, the manager has to approve. My money should be my money. Why should I need somebody's consent to move my money? Do you understand? So if you are talking about the freedom of money has come, and Nigeria have embraced it, and they have introduced it. There are a lot of things that need to be done by the CBN to finally liberate us financially from these banks who have been holding our money. They will keep our money in their bank. And they will not lend the money to me. They will use the money to make money. And if I want to transfer 10 million Naira, I need my manager to approve it for me to do the transaction. That's slavery. Enaira has come to what do you call it? To do what post office SMS done to post office. That's what I see Enaira for. And I always want CBN to continue and provide innovation. When I mean innovation, financial innovation, so as people that are financially excluded, who are not opportune to be educated, can easily transact, can do their businesses without going to the bank and being embarrassed by some women wearing wigs and telling you to go and come tomorrow, or talking. When you go to the customer care, when you want to lay a complaint, you will see them pressing their phone. They don't even care about your problem. You, with your own money, why do I need to go to the bank for and do a transaction? That era has gone.
Now, how can blockchain technology collaborate with, the Enaira to provide better services to customers? And, we have heard a lot from our speakers on what the challenges, Enaira is facing right now in the country. Let's look at how Enaira and blockchain technology can, marry and, provide better services for customers.
That is from the point of CBN. The blockchain is there. Now there is what they call interoperability. How will my blockchain going to operate with on your own blockchain seamlessly without any having problem? Central bank have done their own part. Now, if I should have a blockchain solution in healthcare and that requires payment, all I can do is to go to the CBN and get the API so that I can easily get it integrated. If I go to the hospital now, I want to pay for my wife to go through a cesarean section, I don't need to start calling my bank account. No, the payment should be made as easily as possible. And the way I'm doing the transactions, the blockchain should be able to give me a score to verify me as somebody who is authentic, who is original. Even if I don't have the money, that blockchain technology knows how much money I'm transacting. I can be able to even borrow money and give it to, and solve that problem for my wife undergoing cesarean section. That is how I think the Enaira and the blockchain technology has come to revolutionize how we do our businesses and how we carry out transactions.
Let's go on another break. When we come back, we'll be looking into the future of the blockchain technology and also the Enaira in Nigeria. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome to another episode on Let's Talk NFTs. Today we'll be checking out Gala Games. Gala Games is a blockchain-based gaming platform that integrates play-to-earn mechanics and non-fungible tokens, allowing players to vote on key game development decisions and retain full ownership of their in-game assets. Gala Games was built to give ownership and control back to gamers everywhere. It was founded in 2019 by Eric and Michael and has...
Don't get stuck in the past. Get all the latest news and happenings on blockchain and cryptocurrency only on Crypto TV Plus.
Hello, my name is Chiki and I'm the Bo of the Bullet.
Keep watching Crypto TV Plus.
Don't touch that. Peace.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. This is Inside Blockchain. I am Faith Aquari. Lastly, let's look into the future of the blockchain technology and its use cases in Nigeria and in Africa. And Olumiyiwa David gave justice to this question.
So about 10 years ago, there were so many jobs that if you look at where we are today, they were not existing. Drone pilots, blockchain analysts, smart contract programmers. We didn't have all of these jobs. That was 10 years ago, and here we are now. 10 years from now, you cannot even possibly imagine what will begin to happen or what the experience will be in the light of the metaverse, in the light of AI and all of that, then bringing blockchain into the mix. It's something we can't even possibly imagine just yet, because it's difficult to even put it all together conceptually and be able to express how the world will be or what it will be like. Even for us here in Africa, it's going to be something interesting to watch in the next 5-10 years to come, how things will rapidly evolve because of these emerging technologies and how they will impact on everything that we do in all facets of life. So it will be an interesting thing to see.
The future is quite it's quite vast. How do you prioritize that in terms of what's going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years, and things like that? So let's pick 5 years. What I see that's going to happen is that the Central Bank of Nigeria and other central banks really will begin to collaborate more with more fintechs that are doing things in the cryptocurrency space. Enaira is a way for them to start to explore that space, to learn by themselves, to develop the capacity internally to understand digital currencies. And then the evolution of that would then be a very interesting partnership within the public sector as the central banks and the private sector, which is the fintechs and the other banks. And from there, the sky is the limit really about what can happen.
So I believe, just like we have a single internet, something that all the world uses, back in the early days of the internet, governments who were looking at networks, they thought, and also businesses thought that they couldn't trust a public network, a public infrastructure maintained by independent private entities. And so there was this idea that there would be different networks for different use cases and for maybe different groups of businesses or entities working together. But what we found is that a single network was what made sense, because it was far more efficient to be able to communicate and move information across a single network. And in my mind, the blockchain story is going to end in very much the same way. That instead of having all these multi-purpose blockchains all competing and all trying to do different things, what will ultimately happen is that it will all consolidate onto a single blockchain that'll be a blockchain that does all these different things that are being suggested and worked on by entrepreneurs. Now, I hope that in the same way internet businesses sprung up over the last 30 years, like Google and like Amazon and PayPal and all these different businesses based on the internet, I hope that CentB becomes one of those businesses that instead of using the internet, it uses blockchain, the BSV blockchain, to create value for customers and to make things accessible. So I'm very excited to see how this pans out. But coming from those days, because my first startup was in the 90s, I think that if you follow the same approach, innovate and build applications and businesses on top of blockchain instead of trying to innovate within the blockchain, that there'll be a lot of success there. And I'm looking forward to that future.
And that will be all on today's program. You can get more market updates and other happenings captured within the world of blockchain and cryptocurrency on our website, cryptotvplus.com. Follow us on all our social media platforms at CryptoTV Plus to get daily info on our programs. Thank you for staying with us. I am Faith Ekwari. I'll see you next week.